again, this has a five classic. This is the output stream class is the abstract in nature. So the this is uh, inherited by the five classes. The first is byte array output stream, file output stream, and filter output stream class. Okay, and again, filter output stream is divided into data output stream, buffered output stream, and print stream. Okay, and again, same as per the input stream hierarchy, object output stream is and the data output stream both are interconnected in nature. So we will look at later how this is interconnected. So uh, now what is the main class in this hierarchy? So the main classes first is file input stream class and another is file output stream class. See, this file input stream class and file output stream classes are the very important classes that are used to read and write the data from byte. Okay, basically these two streams are used for the basic data source and the destination. Now another thing, that is the data input stream. Data input stream and data output stream are used for the reading and writing primitive data. What is data used for? Primitive data. Now basically these two streams are used to add the capabilities of another input stream and output stream to read and write data as a primitive type. Now the third is object input stream and object output stream. So object input stream and output stream classes are used to read and write data as a in the form of object. And similarly, as per the buffered array input stream classes, these classes are used to read and write the data as a buffer. Okay. And why buffered input stream and output stream are used? These are used for improving in reading and writing performances of the other streams. Now, which is left? This is our, this is one class in input. Sequence input stream. Okay, so sequence input stream is a class used to read data from the multiple input streams. And there is one another that is not mentioned here, that is a print stream class. So print stream class is the most uh, important class to write the data. Okay, so now we will see this all the classes in the later. So I have broadly classified here with the uh, here mainly 6 to 7 classes. Now, one more thing. What is the procedure to read and write the data? Huh? First, I will create a stream that class based on the that means creating a class object based on the source of reading and writing. And the another thing, call the read method to read the data from the source, and call the write method to write the data from the source and close the file. So the three you can also write the file processing main features are to create a stream class that based on source and destination. Okay, and read the method to read the data and call the write method to write the data. Okay, so now for performing the input and output operations, okay, we must have a file, and file must be, we must create the file through file input stream, file output stream, or the file reader or the file writer stream classes object. Hmm? To performing any of the operation on file, we have to create the object of file input stream, file output stream, file reader, or the file writer stream classes. Okay. So now what is the input stream class methods? There are the basically three to four input stream class method. The first is read, second is available, and third is closed. Okay, and in spite of that, there are the other methods also that we can use to read and write the data. So I can so we can learn all these methods with the help of book reading example. Suppose I want to buy suppose I want to read a book. So what should I do? I should buy a book, and after that I will check the reading available pages. So I can check the, so I can use this available method for reading, for not for the reading, for writing the for checking the available pages. Okay, now I want to read word by word, so I will use integer read throw input output exceptions. Means this first number method. Now I want to read all the words in a one time. So I will use public int free byte b. Here in this no parameter is passed here. So I can pass, so I will pass here byte array as a b reference so that I can read all the words as a in a one time. And now reading all the important words, I will use read with a byte as a parameter and integer offset and integer length as a parameter. Okay, now to check the markup supported or not, I will use markup supported method. And to mark the important lines in that book, I will use mark method. Okay, for reading the marking lines, I will use reset method to rereading my all the lines and reading. Now suppose I want to read a one required page, so I will use the skip method and pass along as a in as a parameter so that I can skip the few pages and can read the book within a given range. Okay, and after that I will use the close method to close the book. But in spite of using all the 9 methods, we have only 3 methods to use that are main. First is read, second is available, and third is closed. Okay, so same as for the output stream class, we have 5 to 6 main methods. The first is, suppose how I can remember this methods. Suppose I want to hmm, write data one by one to the word, and the one main thing once again I want to repeat. Output stream class is a super class for all the binary output stream classes, and it has a various methods with the general implementation to the all subclasses. So now how I will remember this the method. So suppose I want to store data in my uh, suppose I want to write data in my workbook. So what I do, I will store that data in my mind, and if I want to write data word by word, so I can use this void write integer method. It is used because it is used to write byte data one by one. And suppose I want to write all the words in a one time, I can use the second number of method, that is write method, which is taking byte array as a parameter. And suppose I want to write all the important words, so I can use write method with again passing byte array as a parameter and integer offset and length as a parameter. Okay. Now suppose I want to store all the words in a permanent mind, so that I can use flush method. Okay. Storing all words in a permanent mind means remembering all the words. Okay. And again the close method to close the output stream. Okay. Now what is the main important thing about this flush method? So the main important thing about this method is it must be called by the buffer output reader and the buffer writer class. Okay. Otherwise, this data will not be stored in the destination. Whenever we want to use the flush method, we have to call with this buffer output stream class and the buffer writer stream class. Okay. So for all the streams, calling the flush method is optional, but it is good practice if we call flush before any of the stream flows. Okay. Got it? So now we will see this example. That is the example of file input stream and file output stream in the next class. Thank you.